how to create an online store that sells in 2024. Hello, everyone, and today I'm excited to share with you a comprehensive guide on creating an online course that doesn't just educate but also captivates and sells. So, this is about tapping into the vast potential of digital education and making your mark. Let's get on to it. Now, the journey of creating an online course in 2024 demands more than just subject knowledge. It requires strategy, creativity, and deep understanding of what your audience needs. You have to think of yourself as the customer. What my client needs, what my audience is catered to. You have to think of them as the student, as they're coming up for course, they're coming up here to learn, right? You have to get down on their level and think of how you can curate everything, piece by piece and make it like the best way to present out to them. So, whether if you're a seasoned professional or you're just beginning, these insights will provide you with blueprint for success. Let's get on to it. Now, the first step is to identify your niche. Beginning anything, you have to identify where you stand, where your interests are, and what you're really deeply knowledgeable about. Like somebody could not have enough medical knowledge about certain thing, but they could be deeply experienced in that thing, and they could create a course because the ultimate goal of creating a course is to solve a problem. You have to be problem solving oriented. So it's not just about what you know, but it's also about solving problems and addressing the needs of your audience. Let's just say you're a hairstylist or you're a hairdresser and you've been in that industry for very, very long. So you have the experience, experience screams knowledge. You're deeply into that, the know-hows, the in and out. So you could create a course on the basics of hairdressing. Or you could go on to, let's just say, how during the pandemic, all the barbershop salons, all of those were closed up, and people were more reverted to cutting their own hair, and they were looking up on how to cut their hair, like on the basics of hairdressing, grooming, and all of that. Now let's delve into the ways you can design your course, right? We have basically two main ideas, which is like the flywheel concept and the expert model. What is the flywheel concept? So, like, the flywheel concept was originally popularized by Jim Collins in the business context. It is this model that basically like emphasizes the momentum gained when several small efforts combine to drive a large self-sustaining system. So like when you can apply the same concept to online courses, it involves these following steps. First up is you create compelling content. It's like you start with a course that is high quality and high value. And this is like the initial push to get the flywheel moving. And then next up, what you do is you attract initial listeners. You use effective marketing and outreach to bring in your first group of students. So these early adopters are crucial for getting the wheel spinning, to get things started. And then you encourage engagement and success. Like your course provides such excellent learning experience that it leads the students to success. Now, this could include you having interactive elements, having a community that builds and that's like more sustained to results, that's result driven, and also providing responsive support. Now, that leverages to student success. Happy students are, about 90% of the time likely to recommend your course to others because word of mouth plays a huge role in the psychology of marketing. So you encourage them to leave good reviews, share their achievements, and also their shortcomings, and ways that you could better this course or something they wish could be tailored better to their choices. And in that way, basically, they become the ambassadors for your course. And then you can use their feedback to build up on more. You're going to build on feedback, use feedback from early learners to improve and expand your course, and then you make it even more appealing to the newer students. So, basically you are teaching them and you're learning from them and then you're improving yourself. And then what you do is you repeat and scale. Now with each cycle, the flywheel turns faster and faster by attracting more and more students through the word of mouth and like a solid reputation that you've built, and hence that like also reduces the need for heavy marketing. Now this model is done, let's talk about the other model we were speaking of, which is the expert model, which is this framework for creating course content that is so engaging, valuable, and effective. So, each letter stands for this key component that is necessary for successful course material. Now, E stands for educate, where your course should be like providing comprehensive knowledge on the subject. And this involves like clear cut explanations, well structured modules, and logical progressions of topics. Now, X here stands for the X in the experience, where you share real world experience and case studies. The more experienced you are, the more likely people are going to be drawn towards you, and the more likely they're going to believe you. So, this helps students, understand how the theoretical concepts apply in practical scenarios. Theory can only take you so far. So the next step is problem solving. P. You design your course to address specific problems or challenges your students face, and that includes real life problems. The more problem solving oriented you are, the more likely your course is going to sell. Now, E here is for execution. You're going to focus on the practical applications of your knowledge. You're going to encourage students to execute projects, tasks, or experiment and, apply the knowledge that they've learned. This is like a key factor in building a really good course that sells is the fact that you execute your knowledge or your theoretical learnings into practicality. R stands for relevance, where you ensure that your course content is up to date and relevant to, the current trends and challenges in your specific niche. Now, this keeps the course content fresh and applicable because, like, why would anyone want to sign up to a course content that's outdated in the first place? Now, lastly, T stands for taking action, where you motivate your students to take action. This can be through providing assignments, encouraging them to implement learnings into real life situations, or you can set up goals for them to achieve by the end of the course. So, by integrating the flywheel concept and the expert model into your online course strategy, you can create a very dynamic, self improving system that not only attracts and retains students, but it also continuously enhances the learning experience and, the value of the course over time. Now, lastly, we're going to talk about how you can sell this course and how you can market this course and how you can also create this course. Okay, bringing it all together. So, you're going to have to use the idea of pre selling the course with a prototype, which is very crucial. What it essentially does is that it involves presenting a course outline and basically its key features to gather feedback and build interest before the full launch. So, you don't have to stay frustrated by creating content based off what you assume people will like. Instead, you're actively taking feedback from them, navigating through, and also, simultaneously making changes onto your course content to cater to the people that are joining in. And that way, you're gonna perfectly tailor the course to meet the exact needs of their specific audience. Like we said in the video, it's supposed to cater to solving a problem. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm excited to see the impactful and successful courses you're gonna create. And let's transform education together. Until next time.